What's up, JFW family? Welcome back to the Channel 23 podcast. The purpose of this podcast is to reach out and touch the fleet, to engage and inform everyone with all things JFW. Welcome back, Jim, Brother Dave, and Super Dave. How you doing, guys?
Morning, everybody. Doing well. How about you guys?
Doing great. Can you guys?
Morning.
Can you guys feel that?
Electricity.
The electricity?
Just feels awesome. It feels awesome because it's episode 50. Can you believe it?
50.
We've done this 50 times. Last week was actually our 1-year anniversary, but today's our 50th episode, and I don't know. I think that's a milestone, and we need to make this a kick-ass, badass episode. I hope you guys are ready.
I'm telling you, syndication, Jam. When do we become syndicated? Is that 50 times? We need to see.
I said we do the Patreon. We should be able to raise like 30 cents by next week.
Hey, is that an acceptable ratio? Like we made 50 out of 52? Is that good, or
well, it was 49.
Do we need to raise our bar?
It's 49 out of 52. I think missing 3 is acceptable. TJ, I'll tell you, it's not.
We still haven't done it yet, but I love his idea of having another show lined up. You know, like we need to take and record 2 in one day, or 2 a week or something, and garner be able to fill some empty space there in case one of us can't make it. Matter of fact, I was just looking at my schedule there, and I'm going to be missing an episode in December for vacation. So
I got my hunting trip coming up, by the way, guys. So do you guys got time right after this one to record another one?
Let's do it.
Okay, cool.
Well, on network TV, they just run a rerun.
Yeah.
We talked about that, didn't we? Of picking one like Linda's or Ryan's or Grenagers.
Yep.
We could replay episode 1. Everyone's got 13 and a half minutes.
Right? I thought that took forever. I'm glad that's over. That took forever.
You acted like it took forever.
Can you imagine how against he was the first one, Jim?
Oh my God.
What are we doing?
It was stressful. It was stressful, like still trying to pitch it, still trying to like, hey, this is going to work. And Dave walks in, and you've heard me say it before. Oh, we got microphones? Jesus. So funny.
We're uptown now. We don't have to like share a microphone and hold it.
One way we can make this episode kick ass is by saying a pledge of allegiance. So I'm ready. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As a reminder, anything you hear on this podcast is not the opinion of JFW. It's just the men in this room's opinion. Episode 49. Anybody want to guess how many downloads we had last week?
Oh, I mean, we've been in, 300s, Jam? Are we making 280 to 300?
I'm going with gun model 357.
Ooh.
357.
I was going to say 300.
300? What do you say, Jim?
Well, I can't go with like the gun model 44 Magnum. That's not if we're doing that. How about 275?
How about 313?
Oh, very good.
Yeah, so
very good.
Still climbing. And we went over 17,000 total downloads. So thank you, everybody, for listening.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, and if you do listen to this podcast and you guys want to, pass it on to the new guys or ask some questions if everybody's listening to it, we don't make you guys listen to it or, try to make you guys listen to it, but hopefully we make it entertaining and informational is what we're after. And we really don't want to go back to doing the drivers meetings, right? I think that was a hassle for everybody, and that's what these are to replace. So.
Yeah, the drivers meetings, I mean, some guys liked them. I'd say the majority people either A, wanted to go trucking, or B, weren't engaged, it was too early, or what have you. So this is a really good way, and, some of our drivers really, really enjoy it. And then other drivers just haven't really given it a chance, and some of them don't have time to listen. So,
Yeah, I mean, the don't have time to listen, if you're in your trucks, I like the way that works because I really think I would listen because I'm in the truck. But I know, like my daughter, Allie, she's behind now, and then to get caught up,
right?
That's hard for a person that doesn't have the time maybe alone in a vehicle.
Daunting task.
Right? So, and then I know Holly's listening at work, and she's trying to listen to at least one every time she's at Arapahoe Roofing and get caught up. But
Yeah, perfect time is in the car or the truck. That's,
Yeah.
I got a little bit of a ritual, how I come to work. Sometimes it's with music, sometimes it's a podcast, but typically going home, I'll listen to a podcast. If not ours, I've been listening to Jocko's lately. He's had some good guests on, so yeah, good stuff.
Got some inspirational people on there.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Well, it's time for the Dad Joke Challenge. Super Dave, since this is episode 50 and you are the Dad Joke champion,
Oh, no.
why don't
No, sir.
you've been the dad the longest? Why don't you go ahead and kick off the Dad Joke, Soup?
Sure. Jam, you're on a meal program, right? You're eating specific things.
Oh, yeah.
What are 2 things you can never eat for breakfast?
Lunch and dinner.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Man, he pulled that right out of there. That wasn't even difficult. It felt like.
man, is that a joke or is that just fact?
Was that a fat joke?
I like it. It was an obvious joke.
Well, hopefully you're getting skinnier joke, right? Or in shape joke or something, not a fat joke.
Feeling better.
Right. Yeah, things are going well. I'll say that.
Good.
That's good.
Good. That's awesome.
What you got, Jim?
Well, we're in October, and I know the couple of the episodes that we did there in the beginning, we were talking about Halloween, and I think we did some skeleton jokes. So I got one for Halloween or October here. So,
Okay.
why don't monsters eat ghosts?
Why don't monsters eat ghosts?
I don't know. They're not filling or something like that.
I was going to say, you can't see them.
Boo.
Because they taste like sheet.
All right.
Yeah. That's so funny you mentioned sheet because I have an article here that says scientists believe they have discovered what's to be the world's largest bed sheet. I'll have more information as it unfolds.
Ooh.
Now that's a corny joke.
You were reeling me in a little bit. I thought you got away from the dad joke. I thought I saw some NASA articles this morning. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. All right. Well,
As it unfolds.
as it unfolds. So, Super
That's
Dave,
awesome.
Soup, did you hear about the guy who thought we were here to record a normal podcast, but we were really here to celebrate his 30-year work anniversary?
I did not.
Well, the joke's on you. We'll circle back to that in a minute.
Yeah. Any second now.
Yep. New drivers. We got Eric Burnham. He started this week, and everybody seems to be pretty pleased to see Omar Santa Cruz. He's back.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Omar, and welcome aboard, Eric.
Yep. Glad to have you, Eric, and good to see you the other morning, Omar. Glad to have you back.
Yep. If you don't know Omar, he used to drive 0017. Been around for a long time. Very accomplished driver. We've talked probably, I'm going to say a half a dozen times since he's left, and every time I'd see his name on the caller ID, I'm like, well, maybe today's the day. Is he coming back? Omar, are you coming back? No. And then he'd tell me what he was calling for or whatever. One time it was just to say hi,
Yeah,
so.
he stopped by a couple times, and
Yeah.
I thought the same. Oh, he's going to come in and see if we're needing a driver, but he was just saying hi.
Yeah, isn't it funny when you get a good guy like Omar that leaves and you'd love to have him back.
Yeah.
Adds so much to our culture and what we do. And I know, Jam, you said he was with us for a while. I think 3.5 years is what he was with us.
Did you look it up?
Yeah, the first time.
Nice.
So, he's got some experience. He's a good guy out there to even help the new guys because he knows what's going on.
Yep. And this time when he called, I saw his name on the caller ID, and we had just talked recently because he wanted to help Big Country out, and I wasn't thinking he wanted to come back, and then that was like the second sentence. I'm like, oh, wow, good deal. Well, welcome back, Omar, and welcome, Eric. Celebrations, anniversaries this past Sunday, the 9th, James Peacock hit 3 years.
Woo, congratulations,
Yeah,
James.
congratulations, James.
Yeah, way to go, James.
That went fast.
I'd even have to tease you if I run into you. I couldn't believe it was 3 years already. So glad that you're here, buddy, and everything you do for us. It goes by fast.
James has come a long way. He definitely gets the job done.
Yep.
Tomorrow, we got 2 anniversaries. We have a 1-year anniversary. Alex Reza has hit his 1 year, and Alex has been doing a great job. Anything he does, he's a really good driver. He came in here. He was here about 2 weeks, did the backup challenge, no pull-ups, made a statement. Working that dirt job a few weeks ago, he's just money.
Yeah.
He's highly skilled.
Nice to watch.
So he has a 1-year anniversary tomorrow, and then Super Dave is hitting 30 years tomorrow.
Wow.
Woo, Super Dave,
Congratulations,
30
Super.
years, buddy.
October 13th. It's
Yep.
a lucky day.
It is, at least not Friday, right?
Super Dave is
That's-
pretty good too.
Yeah, he's all right. I've seen him back up once or twice, you know. I've seen him dump some big rock, and I've seen him stuck before.
Yes, sir.
We've shoveled a few trailers together.
We have. Yep.
That's
Been
fun.
around the block.
Yeah.
Yep.
Seasoned.
All in good fun, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All in a day's work is what it is.
All in 3 decades worth.
Right? Does that, gosh, Dave, I know, you know, us three here, and Jam, not to exclude you, but
No,
it's been,
I get it.
it has been the fastest 30
can't-
years, has it not, Dave?
I can't believe it. I can't even wrap my head around it.
Right?
You know.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and I told Linda, you know, a couple weeks ago, I had that anniversary, and I just thought about my first, trucking experience, or what, like my first couple weeks were, because it's pretty vivid. And I remember popping the tailgate on the tandem on the scale and having to shovel the scale off, and the scale lady's so mad at me. and I was just like, oh, well, maybe that's the reason it stuck in my head. It wasn't very good. So
I remember Brother Dave was riding with me in the tandem, and we were turning into Bluestone. And I was,
which, just so everyone knows, is TXI.
Yeah, or Arcosa, yeah.
Arcosa / Trinity.
and we were turning in, and I was just getting ready to make my turn, and I started getting over left. And he's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! How far over are you going?" I'm like, "I'm turning left." And I thought I was going to hit a car in the other lane.
That's funny. We have another big anniversary coming up this Saturday, the 15th. Troy Hunt, 4 years.
Congratulations,
Awesome,
Troy.
yeah, way to go, Troy. Glad to have you here, buddy. Always add intrigue to all our lives. Troy does, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, I was just reminiscing. He had texted me about something this morning. There is a little bit of a problem over at the West Yard, and I'm not.
Yard 23.
Yeah, Yard 23. I wasn't meaning to bring this up, but his antennas got broken going into the shop, so got a little vent session this morning. But then I just think back to
We do that
hiring
on
Troy.
purpose. I mean, we have
I
that
know.
set up.
Oh yeah.
To break them right off.
Yeah. We don't need CB antennas.
Yeah, metal plate that just chops them right off.
Right. It's best to just pull in and break them off.
Yeah. But looking back at Troy, hiring Troy, and just his journey and stuff like that. Anyway, he sent me a really cool quote this morning, and it says, "The longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on life. Attitude to me is more important than facts. It is more important than the past, the education, the money, than circumstances, and failure, than successes, than what other people think or say or do. It is more important than appearance, giftedness, or skill. It will make or break a company, a church, a home. The remarkable thing is we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace for that day. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the fact that people will act a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play on the one string we have, and that is our attitude. I'm convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% of how I react to it. And so it is with you. We are in charge of our attitudes," and that's by Charles Swindoll. So thanks, Troy. That kind of redirected my morning a little bit, and
Yeah, that's awesome.
I thought it was
Yeah,
nice.
not to get off in the weeds on that one though, but all those things you mentioned, and truly believe the attitude, and that's Dave's High Road Holland. That's some of my final thoughts. We talk about doing different stuff and things like that, but all of those things, Jam, are the most difficult to do,
Right.
And that's the reason that makes that attitude that even harder to do, to hold a good attitude, because it just sounds like we're doing the same thing because it's the high road hauling. It's easy to be on the low road. It's
Well, and
hard to have that attitude.
It's tough too because that kind of blends with perspective to a degree. You know what I mean? It's your perspective. It's your perspective of your outlook of how you see it. Even though it's your attitude about it, it is how you see it. And it was kind of funny. I watched an interview with an old Broncos player, and I don't remember who it was, and they were talking about the drive with John Elway when Broncos were going for the playoffs. I know those two words don't usually go together here in the last decade, but Broncos and playoffs. And anyway, in the drive, John Elway got to the huddle. They were on like their 2-yard line, or their own 2-yard line, had to drive all the way down the field, had like less than a minute to play. The coach sent in the play, and John Elway's kneeling in the huddle there, and he goes, "All right, guys, we have them right where we want them." All the odds were stacked against him, and they did it. And that was his perspective or his outlook or his attitude, right? Yeah. We got them right where we want them. Let's go. It's up to us. Yep. So I thought that was kind of,
Yeah, I've heard
relevant.
that before. I think that might have been Mark Schlereth that was
being interviewed about it.
Yeah.
Totally could be. Yeah.
Yeah. Stinky, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Green chili.
Yeah.
Damn
if you
good
guys,
chili too.
Right? But do you guys, I mean, I know you two know, but do you know why they called him Stinky?
I do, yeah.
Right? I don't know.
Doesn't make me want to buy his green chili.
For the listeners, if you don't know.
Too much of that green chili.
Yeah, because he used to shit his pants playing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so everybody had to smell him.
He did it on purpose, though.
That's a good
That's what
fight
I've
technique.
heard, yeah.
Good fight technique.
Shit yourself.
I know it happens every time I'm in a fight.
I was going to say, I've been faced with a few fights that I think I shit myself.
Funny. Celebrations. Well, we already did anniversaries, and now we got birthdays. Slow week for the birthdays. Dennis Lopez has a birthday on the 14th.
Nice. Happy birthday,
Happy
Dennis.
birthday,
Birthday,
Dennis.
I ran into Dennis yesterday. I haven't seen him in a long time. He's another guy with a good attitude.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
shout outs. I want to give a shout out to Edwin Ramirez. I saw him in the red lot last week. That's right. I actually got away from my desk, walked all the way back to the red lot, and then I was like, man, who is that? I couldn't recognize him, and it was Edwin Ramirez. I was like, Edwin, you still going to the gym? And he's like, yeah, I've lost over 30 pounds.
Wow. Congratulations.
So great job, Edwin.
Yeah, 10 is tough, but when you get to that weight, I mean, and above, so that's awesome.
Yeah, looking good, buddy.
Yeah.
And then Big Country sent me a text yesterday. Says, okay, brother, I have shout outs for a couple people. One of them being the driver who doesn't work for us. I forgot his name. That actually is Omar Santa Cruz, and he does work for us. It was effective yesterday, but I want to shout out to him for the dining room table and chairs. I also want to give a shout out to Ron and 011 for taking Jackie and myself to the grocery store and buying us groceries. So there's a huge thank you there. It's also a huge thank you to Mike Bortz for giving him my number. Also, we still want to say thank you to everyone at JFW again.
That's good. See, there's that attitude, right?
Turn page.
Turn page. Good thing that wasn't a song.
Yeah, right. And then Canelo, a.k.a. Os, a.k.a. Oswaldo, wants to give a shout out to Ryan Emmerling for helping Miguel Dedios get unstuck and teaching him how to trim. So good job to Ryan. Big Hungry,
Yeah.
a.k.a. Big Empty.
No, when we were talking to him about that, we asked when Ryan showed up, did he just get out and lift the truck over onto the road? And he was like, I thought he was going to.
He just ripped the tire off the trailer and ate it.
Needed some more strength, right? Right.
All right. You guys got any shout outs for anybody?
We do, yeah. Yeah. I guess I can, because it's not going to spoil anything. You want to send that text? And
Sure.
We'll do our shout out.
Absolutely. Let's go.
So we're prepared here, right?
Oh, awkward silence.
Right.
That's never good.
Yeah.
You don't have
We
to
don't
wait for
have
me
that
to send the
much.
text. You guys could speak.
I was just given a little bit of time for the text to happen.
Right.
So yeah.
Right?
So Dave, yeah, or Super Dave here, like Jam said, we're tomorrow's your anniversary, and we just want to celebrate today. We thought this was a perfect day. We could do it on the podcast. We could talk about.
I gotta go, driver. I got a driver interview. I gotta go do.
Oh, we took care of that too. JR's handling that. We have you for the whole morning, Dave. We're gonna tease you. We're gonna tell you about we're gonna talk about the McDonald's story.
That's like never ever gonna go away.
It's not.
It's just too great a story.
There's a lot of people that don't know about that because that happened a long time ago.
Long time ago,
Yeah.
but you still don't stop at that McDonald's, do you, Dave?
Well, no, but I wouldn't go into that stall ever again.
Hopefully, after all these years, it's remodeled now.
Maybe
Maybe it doesn't even look the same.
I'm sure it is. Yeah.
It's almost difficult to tell that story with all the PC
Yeah.
anymore. You know what I mean? Having
Yeah.
to be
Oh,
politically
yeah.
correct
Yeah.
and use
Yeah.
the right terminology, and
Yeah.
you could really upset someone, actually.
Yeah.
So, pretty epic fail.
Well, we're still going to have to try to get through that and keep it PC. We're gonna have to,
right.
We're going to
right.
have to say
right.
it. So.
Well, Super Dave, we have a little something written here for you for your 30th here. I know we've pulled off the surprise podcast. I noticed when we flipped pages, you were looking at the back of your page like, I don't have those freaking notes. And then I was like, oh shit, I think he's figuring it out.
I didn't.
So we all have one script and you have another, my friend.
So the joke is on you. It was a good dad
that
joke.
was the dad joke.
Gotcha.
All right, so Super Dave, you're a brother. What is the definition of a brother? A male who has the same parents as another? Or more importantly, our version, that says one related to another by common ties or interests. SD is also a grinder. The definition of a grinder is a machine or tool for sharpening, smoothing, or polishing the surface of something. JFW is and has been Super Dave's surface that he smooths, polishes, and sharpens his craft on every single day. What does Super Dave do at JFW? First off, he's our brother, like I mentioned, and he grinds each and every day. He embodies our creed. For 30 years, he has done things to help people from all facets of our business, from employees to customers. I know many of you think SD. When you think of SD, you know how routine he is. Like, for example, eating Cheerios and beef jerky every day for breakfast.
And trust me, right? We've been with him. It's Cheerios and every morning.
Yep, yeah, for sure. So, listen, in this crazy job and the life we lead, we all need some routine and some structure. SD starts his day with it. A bag of Cheerios and the comfort that SD is here every day for every one of us. I remember 10 years ago, for Dave's 20th anniversary, we had the pleasure of giving him a company pickup that he picked out. Leather seats, the color that he wanted, a diesel engine with an exhaust brake to pull his fifth wheel all over the country with Jackie by his side. We even had a sunroof installed because Super Dave likes the wind in his hair. Right? He does, man. Loves it. In all honesty, we're not sure how to top his 20th anniversary. This is a man who has been by our side for 30 years. We kicked a lot of ideas around to try and thank our brother for another 10 years of dedication. So, what is better than one truck? 2 trucks. Super Dave, we would like to present you with a new red company pickup numbered SD1 for all your years of dedication and give you the truck you've driven for the last 10 years personally as a gift. Super Dave, here's the title to your truck you have now.
Oh my God.
We hope it continues to bring you many traveling miles. Man, you guys are making this tough. We hope it continues to bring you many traveling miles, and those will only be miles put on your truck from now on. Miles that are made of smiles, happiness, and adventures. With the new red truck, you can continue to build the JFW brand. Hopefully, you happen to catch that we numbered it, your new truck, SD1, because you're number 1 at JFW and in our hearts. Dave, keep doing what you do. Please continue to bring routine and structure to all of our families. We look to you as our rock. We love you and appreciate all that you do. Thank you, JFW family.
Amen.
Thank you. I don't know what to say. I can't.
So one more thing, you have to look out that window. Yeah, so there's not too much dead air, you guys. Super Dave's looking out the window. We had everybody stand downstairs and with a sign that said happy anniversary. And so, Dave, we can't thank you enough, for everything you do, and you deserve everything that we could ever do for you.
Well, thank you guys for everything. It's been a fast 30 years. I thought about this when I was talking to your dad yesterday, or Monday. He goes, yeah, you got 30 years coming up. He goes, man, I just can't believe how fast that went. He goes, what happened? And I thought about this.
Great question, right, Dave?
When I was
He was
talking
my
to
age when you started.
right?
Oh my God.
Sorry.
I remember telling you, Jim, I said, thank you so much for giving me this chance. I'm not a guy that jumps around from job to job. And I bet you never thought this last 30 years.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, but that's that attitude, Super Dave. That's everything we talk about. You've brought to our family and our company. That's what makes it so great, Dave. And I guess that's what, I know people change their jobs because they're
Unhappy.
Their culture, they're unhappy, or maybe it's just, have to move or family situations. But I think you're so farther ahead when you're steadfast in certain things, and it may not always be your job. Hopefully it's always your relationships and your, with your kids and your wife or your significant others. But yeah, it means a lot to us, Super Dave. You've been in the journey with me and Dave in the arena.
I feel
Right?
like it. We've come
Yeah.
a long way, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've seen us at our best and certainly seen us at our worst,
Yeah.
for sure.
Always comes back around, though, doesn't it? You keep grinding,
Yeah.
and you grind your way right back out,
Right.
right back up.
Right? Yeah, absolutely.
So we have some more people that want to say a few things to you, Super Dave.
Surprise, Dad!
Start with your daughter, Sarah.
30th anniversary.
Yeah.
Say a few words to him in the mic if you like, so everybody can hear.
Welcome to our podcast, Sarah.
Thank you. My dad is absolutely the most hardest working man I've ever met, and I'm so proud of him.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah.
Jesus, you guys.
Check.
Good?
Yeah. Here
absolutely.
you guys
Yeah.
go. Here,
Just have a seat.
jump in here.
I'd
you
like
guys.
everybody
Anybody
to
wants
meet my wonderful, beautiful daughter, Sarah.
Good morning, Sarah.
Morning.
Hey, Sarah, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
You guys want to get on the mic, Scoob? Come on.
Sure.
It's like,
It's right here.
Well, you ready?
Yeah.
Super Dave, it's been 30 years, buddy.
30 years, Scoob.
A lot of good times, my friend. And I would have been right behind you if I stayed, but you're the best. Let's dig it out, buddy.
You would be. I was so happy to see you come for that little party we had at my 25th.
Yeah, that was
I hadn't
awesome.
seen you in years at that point. So
Yeah.
It was awesome. So
It's been awesome, Dave. I can't tell you, you've done a wonderful job since you've been here. I've watched you wash trucks after work and just everything you've done, Dave. Been tough, buddy, but congratulations, my friend.
thank you, Scoob.
Congratulations, Super.
Thanks, Randy.
Been nice knowing you.
this is his retirement party night.
Not yet.
Congratulations, Super. It's been a pleasure ever since I first met you. You're an amazing dude, man. Thank you.
Yep, you as well, Pat. Thank you.
Hi, Super. It would not be JFW without you here. So thank you for being here and all that you do.
Thanks, Linda. You've been around a long time, too.
Not as long as you. Half as long as you, not even half.
What's up, Super?
What's up, Ricky?
Congratulations on 30 years. That's a great accomplishment. It's been nice working with you the past 2 years, maybe. Congratulations again.
Fantastic. Thanks, Ricky.
You're welcome.
Morning, Super Dave. Hey, more than 6 years ago, you hired me, and thank you guys and the brothers every day that you gave me that opportunity. Thank you.
You earned it, JR.
How you doing, Super?
Kendrick.
It's been a great pleasure working with you, and I appreciate everything that you've shown me. And it's always comforting to be able to come to you with any kind of problem, and you've experienced it, and the stories that you share has just been awesome. So great to have you here at JFW, and you're just the heart and soul of JFW. So thank you.
Thank you, Ken. Got to go for that golf game one of these days.
Yes, I'm ready.
Congratulations, Super Dave. I remember when we first talked in March, our first phone conversation, I thought, such a nice, down-to-earth guy. And you made me feel so comfortable coming in here as a new person. And thank you for your dedication, always having a great attitude and supporting us. Thank you.
Thanks, Angie. Appreciate it. Hi, Holly.
Hi, good morning, Dave. Just wanted to say congratulations and thank you so much for being a part of our family for so many years. I feel like I've known you almost as long as I've known Jim and Dave.
Pretty close.
Pretty close. So yeah, I remember you back from the small JFW trucking days, and you've grown with us all the way, and you're a great asset to our team and to our family, and we're just proud to call you our family.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So many memories.
Sarah, did you want to say something now that mic's working?
Yeah. Try not to cry this time.
It's hard. Yeah.
My dad has given his heart and soul to JFW, and I'm 34. He started here when I was 4. So I feel like in a way I've kind of grown up just seeing him a part of the family. And as I said before, he is just the most inspiring man, the hardest working man I've ever met. And not only that, just his ethics and attitude and his power to strive and push everyone to be their best. It's a gift to everyone, really, Dad. And you're so amazing. And 30 years, wow, that's amazing. So I'm so, so proud of you.
I'm proud of you too, Sarah.
Love you, Dad.
Love you.
That was awesome.
That's good stuff there.
Oh, we got one more. Amber.
I know. I'm coming in the middle of it. I'm crying. This is
Get your life together.
I know, you just had to finish sending that email or something, right?
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning.
Hi.
Today's a very special day for you. 30 years is a huge accomplishment. That's a long time to invest, your time in a company, and everyone values you and appreciates you probably more than you really know. You're one of the first people that reached out to me here and made me feel welcome, and you greeted me with a big, huge smile, that warm smile that you have. I haven't known you as long as everybody else has, but I feel like I've gotten a good opportunity to get to know you, and you have got a good place in my heart. So congratulations on your 30 years.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Super.
Morning, Ann.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Kind of wild to be that you've been here this long, but everybody knows you, everybody loves you, and it's been great. And what a big, huge surprise for you this morning.
For sure.
Right? So congratulations.
I thought we were going to do the podcast, and I have a 9 o'clock interview, so.
But we took care of the 9 o'clock interview.
We told him we didn't want to hire him.
I could have just rescheduled.
Oh, that would have ruined it. So.
Right. Joanne?
Hi, Super. I will keep this short and sweet because I'm going to start crying. But
That's
happy.
okay. Everybody else is.
I'm blessed to be here, and I'm blessed to be with you, and I appreciate everything that you do. We all love you, and happy anniversary.
I love everybody too.
Awesome. Sarah, you're more than welcome to just hang out up here.
Yeah, stay, whatever. Yeah. Please do. Yeah.
Well, SD, I want to say being on the same team as you has been amazing. You've taught me so much. You lead by example, and I'm honored to be able to rub elbows with you. I look forward to many more years of service together. I want to thank you for being an amazing teammate and a leader, and congrats on your 30 years, buddy.
It's been an amazing trip with you too, Jim. I've looked up to you in many, many ways, asking for your help, even if it's just with Bamboo and now Paycom. But it's good to throw ideas past each other, and
This is all about you, Dave. In 30 years, you've seen a lot. There are only 2 people at JFW with more seniority than you, and they own a joint. How exciting, coming from where, like Holly said, the small JFW, how exciting is Yard 23 to you?
It's weird. I'm so used to going in there and hauling loads for Jones, and it's like a whole new chapter. The West Yard I thought was a new chapter, but this is the real deal. And this is going to be something great.
I watch you change with the times. For example, your hiring strategies and techniques. You mentioned it, Bamboo, now Paycom. How has technology impacted your job, positively and negatively, in the last 30 years?
Both. I'm a creature of habit, Jim, and change is hard for me. But it always leads you forward. You can't go backwards. You got to go forward. So you got to follow that path.
And you do, because you act like change is hard, and there'll be something new, and maybe there's a little bit of mumbling or something going on. But anything that we've come up with, Bamboo, Paycom, the
jobs driver.
Driver.
Access advertising.
Yeah, anything that comes your way, you adapt. And you overcome, and you use it, and you make it work. So
with tenacity, right,
Yeah.
Jam? I mean, he's like, I hate change, and then he just changes, right? I mean, he says it, but he just attacks it. Yeah,
because we can back up, Jam. I mean, the Axon application. I was going to say app, but it's 7 years old now, and he was one of the first ones to bill out of it, to work out of it, to dispatch out of it, to do all that.
Right.
We all were. And that was brand new technology compared to what we were using, right, Dave? When you had to send that file and do all that when you filled in dispatching and doing all that.
Yep.
Yeah.
We built, that little program that we had on the computer was just, entering, I don't know, the tickets one by one, but then I had a little cheat sheet inside the cabinet door of who I needed to bill that week.
Right.
Or that month, because some of it was weekly, some of it was monthly, and now it's completely different.
Yeah, it's funny, driving into work today, we've been working on the Paycom schedule and the calendar, and it's hard not to think about that stuff. And then I was just thinking about Bamboo and changing to Paycom, but then I was thinking about, man, they used to keep track of the time off on the calendar, written.
Right.
Linda would write on the calendar who was off. So
yeah,
watching those things evolve is pretty cool.
I remember we used to have drivers come in and look at the calendar at the end of the counter there. They're like, I wanted to take that week off, but such and such is already off. Like, yep, you can't have it.
Did you black out? Did you just put an X?
Blackout dates.
Blackout dates, yes. Soup, this is probably an understatement, but you've made a huge impact on the JFW company culture. Why do you care so much?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Because it's a great place. Why not, right?
It's just who you are. Yeah, I don't think you know how to not care about something. Be up here.
You would have studied if you knew there was a test.
I could have prepared some answers. Hey, when everybody else comes on as a guest, they have a whole list of things that they wrote down.
I just so laughed when we all flipped pages. Like we all went to the back page, and you're like, "Oh, I gotta flip pages," and you flipped it, and you're like, "There is nothing on your back."
Just the usual. Final thoughts, you know.
When you think about the future, what are your hopes and dreams for JFW, and what are the hopes and dreams you have for yourself?
Oh gosh, it's kind of funny when I'm going over the creed with people in the interviews. I say, nowhere on that creed. I tell them it comes from a very organic place, and that organic place was Mick coming in here and talking to us, you know, for hours and hours about, you know, what our goals were and where we wanted the company to go. And I joke with, well, it's inside me, my joke. I say, well, nowhere on this creed does it say we're going to put every other end dump company out of business or we're going to have 200 trucks. It says we will face and overcome all the stands before us. I'd like to see us get to 200 trucks, you guys. Right?
Right. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Man, you got
Don't
a lot
tell
of
Rick
hiring.
that.
You got a lot
Don't
of
tell Rick that.
You got a lot of hiring to do, Dave.
Yeah.
Nothing that we can't do together, guys.
Yeah,
right.
Super Dave. I know, Jim, asking you questions like you said. If you knew there was a test or you studied and wrote down some answers, but the one before this, you know, that he asked you, you made a huge impact on JFW, and you have, Dave. I can't think of JFW without thinking you as our culture. You know, you're that embedded in what we do, and why do you care so much? And I know you were here, you know, and we talk about Mick Walker, and he was a personal friend, a life coach, and also the company's attorney. But when he was trying to bring us out of our shells or make us better or show us a new way to do it, he would ask us questions and we would all get so pissed and just so angry because he just kept picking on you. And I know that one time, Dave, I think you wrote a letter or you had an interview and I think part of it was, you know, so what's this or how do you do this? And you said, we want to do it better. And he was just on you about what's better. And you were just so angry because like we talk, better is better, you know, and he wanted like, well, drawing that flower in red is better. You know, he wanted that detail from you, right, Dave?
He did the 10 steps of how better was better.
Yeah.
He would look at you and say, all right, you ready to get lawyered up? And then
Right?
he'd hammer on you.
Yeah, because he was good at that, wasn't he?
He was.
Dave? But I guess that would be my answer to everybody listening or in this podcast is why does Dave care so much? Is because you're passionate, buddy. I've seen it year after year, and I've seen you argue with Mick and want to be better and just like, oh, I don't like change, but you're passionate about what you do, so you strive and get past that change. And thanks, Dave. That passion has always been there, you know. And we talk about the little JFW. Holly mentioned that, and me and Dave trucked with you day in and day out. And I can take it personally back to the first truck you washed. I mean, some of the best truck washes, the best truck washes we ever got. You know, and the guy's out here on a Sunday missing his family, his kids, and making his future better. So yeah.
I think Sarah came down a couple times, and Jackie both.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah, just there's a lot of years, a lot of water under the bridge.
Yeah.
Water under the trucks.
Yeah.
On the trucks.
Right?
Wax on, wax off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Soup, how many more years of service do you think you'll give JFW?
I don't know.
Another 20?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hard to say. Things change as time goes, you know, and I thought I was going to be that guy like Marty and just keep plugging along till I was 75, and then you get sick and then your mindset changes, and so I don't know. We'll play it year by year.
Deal.
Well, if you do another 20, I'm here for you, Dave.
Yep.
I'll be here. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. So
me too.
And I know Super Dave's just a few years older than me, so I know how old that makes me. So holy crap.
Yep.
Soup, last question for you, and then you'll be off the hook. And this is a tough one, but What kind of man do you want to be known as and remembered as when you eventually do leave JFW? Because you will leave a legacy.
That's kind of like the epitaph on your headstone, right? What would you want people to think of you as? And I would just want to be remembered as a kind person,
Yeah, I think you've accomplished that for sure. So, well, we're going to get back on track here, and you're going to hit us with the high road hauling.
Isn't it early for that or what?
Well, it's going to be a little bit short of podcast, buddy.
All right. Well, the high road hauling this week is something that matters to everybody, and so everybody can get over these hurdles almost on a daily basis. So, why doing the hard things matter? Many people often take the easy way out of, everything. They take shortcuts in life, and oftentimes they end up living a life that is less fulfilling because of that. Well, here's a new idea, probably the best idea, is to do the hard things in life instead. This means making decisions to do the things that other people aren't willing to do, or the things that you have always avoided. Then when they meet their first struggle, they quit thinking, that must not be my real passion. I got to keep looking. We must be able to push through those difficult moments and do the things that we don't want to do. That's when we grow. There is nothing more fulfilling in life than growth. And when you usually don't realize your growth, except in hindsight, this requires you to leave your comfort zone. It can be life-changing choices or risks that risks that you take, like changing jobs or moving to a new place that follow a goal or a dream. Other times it's a simple thing, like trying a new restaurant, serving food from a different culture, or trying to change a bad habit. Also, almost every mountain has its tourist path or dog's route to the summit, but the easy route and the hard route can be totally relative. For someone who's never ventured out beyond their driveway, the tourist path would be their hard route. For example, you could fly across the country and see how big the United States is. Or you could drive across the country and get a better sense of the varied topography, people, and towns along the way. Or what about walking across the country? How different of a perspective would that give you? In the mountains, as in life, we get so much more out of pushing ourselves. Maybe the hard route is giving up smoking or getting off the couch and training for that 5K. The start of the hard route could be something as simple as embracing the cold shower challenge for 30 days. The important thing is the challenge to promote personal growth. Anything large or small, you might not even be able to do it, but you can try. If you plan to climb a mountain, you have many tasks to complete. You have the plan of transportation, the equipment needed, food supplies, medical support. You have to develop all the necessary communication and relationships with the people that will complete your support network. Then 2/3 of the way to the summit, you have some members of the team that get altitude sickness. And with everyone's safety in mind, you have to turn back. With all the successes your team had up to that point, was it really a failure? Or through personal fitness and growth, was it a success? Stop right now and take a look at the choices you have in front of you in your life and start by doing something hard. The quote this week is, "The price of success is hard work, dedication to the job at hand, and the determination that whether we win or lose, we have applied the best of ourselves to the task at hand," by Vince Lombardi.
Good stuff.
That's good.
I think that quote embodies you, Dave, or you embody that quote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
To a T.
Perfect.
Great high road hauling, Dave.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you.
How many of these did you say you done? 250?
That was a couple ago.
Probably
about 253. I don't know.
There's a lot of drivers' meetings, huh?
I mean, that's something hard in itself to do that week after week after week.
Right?
Yeah. So it is a little bit short of podcast, but let's get to our final thoughts, guys.
Yeah, I just want to do a couple of them. One has a lot to do with Super Dave on my final one here, but I ran a across a kind of a, I don't know, funny little story. So one night, 4 college students stayed up late partying, even though they knew they had a test the next day. The next morning, they came up with a plan to get out at taking the test. Each student rolled around in the dirt and went to the teacher's office. They told the teacher that they had gotten a flat tire the night before, and they all spent the entire night pushing their car back to campus. The teacher listened, and to the student's delight, he offered a retest 3 days later for the test they needed to take. On the test day, the students went to their teacher's office. The teacher put all 4 of the students in separate rooms to take the tests. The students were okay with that because they had been given a chance to study. They'd all knew the stuff. The new test, though, had only 2 questions on it. Your name was worth 1 point, and number 2 was, which tire was flat? 99 points. Was it?
Awesome.
So one answered the right, one answered the left, one answered the right, and the other one answered the left.
Oh, man.
So I thought that was just a good one about
I like that.
You never get out of your responsibilities.
No.
At some point you get caught and you have to take things on.
Yeah.
You know?
I love that.
So yeah. Then there was David reminded after, we talk about a little bit of retirement and 30 years here and stuff like that. So there was a carpenter who was nearing his retirement and told his boss that he was ready to end his career and spend his time with his wife and family. He would miss his work, but he felt it was time to spend his time with the people that were the most important to him. His boss was saddened by the news, as the carpenter had been good, reliable employee for many years. He asked the carpenter if he would do him one favor and build him just one more house. The carpenter reluctantly conceded, even though his passion for building had faded. While he was building the last house, his normal work ethic faded and his efforts were mediocre at best. He used inexpensive and inferior materials, cut corners wherever he could. It was a poor way to finish such a dedicated career that he once had. When the carpenter was finished, his boss came to look at the house. He gave the keys to the house to the carpenter and said, "This house is my gift to you for all your hard work you have done for me over the years." The carpenter was astonished. What a generous gift this was to receive from his boss. But if he had known he was building a house for himself, he would have made it his usual efforts and created a high-quality home.
Damn it.
Right? So the moral is, the same idea applies to how you build your life. Every day that you wake up offers an opportunity for you to put your best foot forward, yet we often do mediocre work, saving the more important things for another day. The one day we find ourselves shocked that our lives aren't what we had hoped they would be, the house we built to live in has a lot of flaws because of the lack of effort. And I just want to say to Super Dave, our house has no flaws because of you.
Love it. Good stuff.
Awesome. Super Dave, my final thoughts, just how you've embodied and embraced JFW over all these years. Our creed is just something that has you in every sentence. How you've been through the journey, or through our journey, side by side, has just been, I couldn't imagine going through it with someone else. You and I can share we're basically in a confined space downstairs, and it doesn't faze me in the least bit. You know what I mean? There isn't one thing. So many people are like, "Oh, I hate this," or "I hate it." I don't have any complaints.
Yeah, if he's got COVID, you got COVID.
Right. And it's usually the other way around. So, Dave, I love you. It's been a pleasure. The 30 years have gone by so fast. I just thank you. That's it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My final thoughts are about a house as well, Jim.
Yeah.
And Super Dave and Dave. But I'm going to hit you with some Bible scripture, and it'll all come together in the end. So Matthew 7:24. Everyone then who hears these words of mine and does them will be like a wise man who built his house on the rock. And the rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat on that house. But it did not fall, because it had been founded on the rock. And everyone who hears these words of mine and does not do them will be like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. And the rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat against that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. So that just reminds me not to compare JFW to the Kingdom of God or anything like that, but when I think about JFW, I think about how stable of a company it is, and the foundation is strong. And you can't think about the stability of JFW and the rock that it's built on without thinking about you, Super Dave. So thank you for everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well put, Jim.
Yep, good one.
Do you have any final thoughts, Soup?
Just to say thank you to everybody, and it's been a heck of a ride.
Very cool.
But you're not. It's not the end.
No, it's not.
It sounds so final, doesn't it?
Well, it's funny. Dad kept calling it your retirement party. Like, it's not his retirement. I mean, his 30th. And I'm like, yeah. And then he'd say a few more words. He's like, well, we'll be there Wednesday for the retirement party. It's not a retirement party.
Well, when you hear 30 years,
right?
Yeah.
That's what you.
How many people retire at 30 years, if not at 20 years or sooner?
Yeah.
So 30 years, people are like, oh, he's done, but it's just the beginning.
It is just the beginning. Yeah. Well put.
Next chapter, new season, next
right.
chapter. But I
Another
see.
chapter.
Yeah. Things are getting good around here. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Keep getting better, right?
Yep.
All right, let's finish up with the creed. Dave,
Right.
you could lead us in the creed.
All right. Together we
face
and overcome all that stands before us. Together we are accident-free. Together we joyfully create honest value for those we serve. Together we celebrate our differences and respect those with whom we work. Together we are accountable for our words and our actions. And together we are the JFW family.
Good stuff.
Way to go, guys. Thanks, everybody.
Happy anniversary, Super.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary.
Let's go look at that truck.
Yep.